All right, we go.
We got
Press. See what Cardi B got. We didn't really dig too much into Cardi B, just like the songs that were coming out as we were doing reactions.
like a lot of her classics we haven't even done.
Yeah, we should get into that.
Yeah.
Let's start with Press.
Bitches be pressed. They know how I'm coming, real bitch in the flesh. Who the fuck she gon' check? She be talking that shit, talking out of her neck. Put blood on her dress. Bitches be mad when they see Cardi step in the spot. Said that you bought it, we know that you not. I'ma pull up on bitches as soon as I drop. Bought a new foreign, I might up a yacht. Bitches in my business, they tryna plot. Hoes poppin' shit like they hot, but they not. Just blood at the wrist, the paddock, the watch. Niggas be flexing, we know what you got. Cardi the hack at the game in the knot. Fuckin' your nigga, I got him on light. Just go bang, bang like I'm chopping them chops. VVS shit, I'm in love with the rocks. You said you gon' take it, bitch, you got me chopped. They throwing shit cause they see me on top. To that bitch super love, I'ma send you the drop. Press, 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 press. Cardi don't need more press. Kill them all, put them hoes to rest. Walk in bulletproof vest. Please tell me who she gon' check. Murder scene, Cardi made a mess. Pop up, guess who, bitch? Pop up, guess who, bitch? Dang.
I love that like the moves are like the actions of like killing someone with a gun. Like I love when dancers do that. And I love like how everyone's naked almost she's just like showing everyone who she really is and everyone else behind her. Like she's not afraid to really show who she really is. Like her I don't give a fuck like mentality is proven in that scene when she's in the interrogation room and like her feet's just up in front of the guy. Like she really just doesn't care.
Yeah, a lot of people admire the I don't give a fuck mentality.
Yes.
You know, because a lot of people aren't in that position to not give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, because like if you're in a situation where like, let's say your paycheck or what you get is directly tied to how you make a living, it's hard, right? You can't just kick your feet up when you don't own the place, right? And someone can like essentially kick you out for acting a certain way. So I think people generally admire that quality because they want to be that way too. Everyone wants to not give a fuck. But when you think realistically, sometimes it's not always so easy to do that. And when you do that, sometimes you get penalized for it. So it's good that she's able to do that in a way where she can express herself and a positive byproduct comes out of that. Out of the way she expresses herself, she's able to, just like make music and be a very good TV personality through that, just through her persona. You know, like if you ever seen her on Love and Hip Hop, that's how she like really blew up. Like people gravitated to her like funny, comical, straightforwardness, and that personality is very fun to be around because everyone knows like that person that's just very unapologetically themselves, and you either accept them or you don't, but they're really good to have around versus having people that kind of tell you what you want to hear. Like no one wants that. So that's what I admire about Cardi B, I think.
Yeah, I want to know what her background story is that made her that way, because I don't think everyone's born that way, right? Like we're bred to be how we are, and so I always think that when people are like that, it's typically because something happened that made them have to be that way in order to survive.
Yeah,
Figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
Already made a mess. Pop up, guess who, bitch? Pop up, guess who, bitch? Ding dong. It must be that whip that I ordered. And a new grip on my daughter. You know a bad bitch gon' spoil her. Got one in New York, need one in Georgia. New Bentley truck is a quarter. My money still long like weed. Pussy still wet like Florida. Everyone drop on the floor. She was talking, but not anymore. Next to your face, I contour. You shop like a strip from Dior. Done with the talking, I'm up in the violence. Ask anybody, they know I'm about it. Hashtag whip that whole ass. Fuck around, we gon' start a new challenge. I come in this bitch and I'm strapped up and ready. Right on that dick like I'm Cardi and Dreddy. Fuck at your crib, we don't go to no telly. I sit on his face whenever I'm ready. Bitch, I'm a freak like Greek. Got the biggest house on my street. Oh, you little hoes look cheap. They sucking on my dick with no teeth. Press, 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 press. Cardi don't need more press. Kill them all, put them hoes to rest. Walk in bulletproof vest. Please tell me who she gon' check. Murder scene, Cardi made a mess. Pop up, guess who, bitch? Pop up, guess who, bitch? Press, 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 press. Press, 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 press. Press, 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 press. Pop up, guess who, bitch? Pop up, guess who, bitch?
You know what I think about? I don't know whether she would admit this or not, but I think that she was heavily influenced by Nicki, because when I see like some of her videos, there's so much that you can draw from Nicki's videos. There's so much overlap. And like some of her scenes, for instance, like the scene where she just walks out and they always like show the back of their bodies. I feel like that's one of like Nicki's signatures. She does that a lot. And
yeah, we just saw it in Fifi.
yeah. And the other song that we did, I forgot which song was Nicki. But anyway, it could have been the one with Rihanna. I don't know. But anyway, that's not important. Because I know Cardi B and Nicki had that thing in the beginning. I think they had like a little beef for a while. But I think that she's influenced by Nicki. So I don't know if in the beginning when she first came in and she had that thing with Nicki, if a little bit was envy. But I wouldn't be surprised if she watched a lot of Nicki's videos or she liked her music and some of that inspired her, whether she knows it or not. Because I think of like who is dominant in the hip hop industry in terms of female, you have to think of Nicki, and her style. You see a lot of Nicki's style with the new artists that come out, and they have their own signature on things, obviously, like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. But you can definitely see some mimicry. You know, like they're influenced, and there's nothing wrong with being influenced by an artist. Like that should be a compliment for Nicki Minaj, obviously. But I just wonder if Cardi B would admit to that. Or maybe it's just a coincidence that their styles have some similarity.
Yeah, I mean, you also have to date back to like who was Nicki inspired by, right?
Of course, yeah.
And so like you can kind of look at it as like maybe Cardi B was inspired by Nicki, but maybe they had the same influencers that influenced them too. Because didn't they come up at the same time?
I think Nicki came up first.
Yeah.
But before Nicki, like Nicki was going at it with like Lil' Kim, right? Lil' Kim was prevalent a lot in her era when it came to rapping as a female artist. Because otherwise, a lot of the female artists, they were more vocal, right? You had like Mariah Carey, you had like these artists that just really knew how to sing. Yeah. Lil' Kim was rapping, and she was good at rapping. So when Nicki came in, it was like her and Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
In terms of the female rappers.
Really early then.
Yeah.
Because when I think of Little Kim, I think of like, I actually think about like the 90s actually.
Yeah. Yeah, Lil Kim's been doing it for a while. She's good.
And then Lassie.
Yeah, like for me, Cardi B just came out of nowhere and just like.
Yeah, I mean, with
Whoa.
her being in Love and Hip Hop, that's interesting that she started off in like the acting
Yeah.
segment.
And then.
And Lassie, can I get water?